Shalom Israel. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahweh Shai is his son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and there's no God beside them. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for being faithful witnesses to the Holy Spirit, and salutations to the elect, whom the Lord have given ears to hear. I'm the brother Khan from the JMS New Jersey camp, and today's lesson is going to go into a quick hit. Well, based upon this quick video the guy Dabu7 did, entitled "Here We Go." Iran-linked group claims to have hacked FBI drones and threatens to target the World Cup. And through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, our apostles, being observers of the times, have told us younger brothers to stand clear of these various events where multitudes of people are going to be at. As it is written, to be circumspect because the days are evil. The word circumspect goes into to look around. Circum, all right, which is where you get the word circumference, which is the area of a circle. And spect goes into the word look, right? So to look around. And as we look around, the climate of the people, is wishy-washy. Hell, prior to doing this lesson, I seen that there was a mass shooting event in Texas, literally today. You got this devil passing, going through with his plans as far as getting everybody to respect this new digital ID society, right? So we understand, or you must understand, that he has to create a scenario that can put that in play. All right, we are in the summer months, which means that it's quite possible that a blackout can happen, which will again put his new system into play. All right, and we just got to be circumspect. We don't know how it's going to happen, but we know, according to Revelation 13 and 16, really 14 on down, that he's going to cause the world, all right, to worship the image, this new society, this new technological system, and then forward push that chip, the MOT, which is the mark of the beast, on everyone. Okay, so don't be wooed and don't be asleep, by all these various games, these the World Cup, the basketball games. For as it is also written, Ecclesiastes 7 and 2, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to heart. Right? So it's better to be on the outskirts. All right. As Yahweh Shai said, I have called you out from the world, that we won't be judged with this world. So it's better to be on the outskirts. All right. Because when this place gets judged, these people, living in folly, as is written also in Ecclesiastes, the 8th chapter, the next chapter over, as a matter of fact, it says, people's hearts is fully set in them to do evil because they are not being judged right away. Okay. But the perennial prophets of doom, as Trump called us, we are awake. We're not asleep. We are fully aware that this devil is on his way out, and he is on his way down, as far as coming down on the people. So I'll read it again. It says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. Now over the course of this weekend, like I said, there's various games going on. So people are more so going to have their mind set to watching that than watching the prophets as we go out on the highways and hedges over the weekend, than to go to the house of feasting. As a matter of fact, I was watching an elder brother out there in South Carolina the other day, and as usual, it's getting warmer out. People normally go down to, I believe the brothers in Myrtle Beach, to frolic and do what they do. All right. And the ones that did acknowledge the brother, they just pretty much came to talk their talk, talk their nonsense and kept it moving. Right. But it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men. And the living will lay it to heart. All right. And these houses of feasting, like again, I liken it to, you stopping by and listening to a brother on a hot ass Saturday or even a nice Saturday, as opposed to, going to do what you were going to do, as opposed to going to the bar, most likely committing adultery. It's better to do that. All right. Again, when you liken these times that we're living in, judgment is going out on a mass scale, to where by you going into that house of feasting, whether it was a club or a comedy show or, an event of some sort, a basketball game, football game, whatever, judgment could easily be passed there. It says sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Let me grab this last precept and then I'll allow the video to play. The book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. And our leader, the elder apostle Tahar, his page is literally called, What is the Mark 666? Right? GMS Truth. So it says, for those of you who are not subscribed, you can check the apostle out. What is the 66 Mark 2? GMS Truth. Right? Okay, so that's all I wanted to grab on that. Let's get this video. Play this video and then that'll be that. I'm gonna try to turn it to the side so you brothers and sisters could see it better.
This is Dabu 7, and here we go. I warned you about this in the very last video about a terror plot on the soccer events here in America. Whenever it comes here full scale, and it's here for 2026, and all the other warning signs linked to it. Well, here we've got another alert. We've got an Iran-linked group claiming that they have hacked FBI drones, and they're threatening to target the World Cup with this new warning. They're saying that they got these images from the FBI drones themselves by being hacked, and the group is called Handala, connected directly to Iran. Now, SITE here in America is disputing this claim. What's very interesting about this, though, in this hacking claim and threat, that they're going to use the drones, that the FPV drones could be used and flown into buses, flown into anywhere, is that this exact same Handala group hacked the email account of FBI Director Kash Patel and uploaded personal photos and material online. All that was stuff he had online between 2010 and 2019. The State Department didn't say that that was fake. They actually rewarded up to a $10 million reward for information leading to it. These are credible hackers, and they're dropping what some are saying are very credible images, saying that they've been watching individuals through these cameras the entire time leading up to these soccer matches. And if that's the case, If these things are hacked in any form whatsoever, it can cause disaster. I'm going to say it goes beyond that. I wouldn't even worry about them hacking their drones, just launching kamikaze drones. This brings me to the image on the left. This is the Rothschild magazine cover from last year that was taking a look ahead into this year in what would be significant events. And they always hint at stuff going on. You can see a guy down here in the corner kicking. And what you're looking at is actually a big soccer ball. You think that that's a big hint at something? And look at the center, 250, targeted. You've got a ship firing at 250 and a satellite laser beaming it from above. And you have these little drones flying all over the place. Okay, so I'm just saying the Shahed drones, these kamikaze drones, can be used anywhere at any time. It doesn't have to be these hacked ones. And if you missed the last video, there was already a massive terror plot against the World Cup in the past. It is a card that was never played. It was right around 9/11. They were trying to blame Osama bin Laden if it would have been played, but it didn't happen. But the idea in the plot got out. And it just made Daily Mail the other day. I talked about it. It shows that there's a card on the table that can make this happen that was never played. I'm warning you, man. This is occult ritual black magic at the highest level. And with all these events going on, you got the finals being played here in America, and you have Iran scheduled to play its first game against New Zealand, I believe Monday, in Los Angeles. You've got 11 main cities here in America, from Jersey to Los Angeles to Washington, all over the place. Head on a swivel with this newest threat and join me for the live streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and make sure you're following all my backup accounts in case any of the main ones go down. Links below.
There it is, the Google Play.
And that's another thing, this leads me to the famine of the word, right? This leads me to the famine of the word because just like with the 2020 situation, a lot of things we wasn't able to talk about. Hell, we still can't even talk about when the 2020 situation came out. Pages were getting clicked because it was obvious on what they were saying. Okay? So, hey, be circumspect. And a part of your circumspection is watching the prophets. Because as written up in the book of Habakkuk, we stand upon our watch. We watch to see what the Lord is doing, and we turn back to the city. All right, as the watchmen, sit upon a high tower. Let me just grab it because it pretty much breaks it down. So it's going to get real scary real fast. It says, I will climb to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. There I will wait to see what Yahweh says and how he will answer my complaint. Then the Lord said to me, write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. This vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed. So we're at the end where judgment is surely about to take place. Okay? And another thing, as it is written, who have perished being innocent. So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, all his works are righteous. All right? Everyone that dies, they did something to. And how you die, that's another thing, that has to be taken into account. So in other words, mass judgment is about to happen to the wicked. You can read 2 Ezra 15 and 16. All right. So with that, shalom to the elect.